buried with terrible news every day, right? You want some good news? Can we kind of celebrate some optimistic news? And it's actually breaking news on the issue of a vaccine for coronavirus. Got a lot of things to talk about today, and we got to break it all down for you on this Monday as we welcome you in. But first, this is pretty important.
Breaking now on the Mike Gallagher Show.
The company that is leading the race to develop a coronavirus vaccine announced some positive early findings today. Participants in this vaccination program are producing antibodies to ward off the disease. This is a very, very big deal. Again, you never know how something like this will go. But the biotech company called Moderna has given 45 patients between the ages of 18 and 55 with different micrograms of the experimental drug. After receiving a second booster shot, those that had the 25 and 100 dosage levels were found with antibody levels that were equal to or exceeded those found in patients who recovered from COVID-19. The CEO of Moderna, Stefan Bancel, told Bloomberg the results couldn't have been better. This is a very good sign, he said, that we make an antibody that can stop the virus from replicating. It's an experimental vaccine called mRNA 1273, was found to be generally safe and well tolerated. Further testing begins again in July. This is a Massachusetts-based company, an experimental vaccine that has encouraging results. Now, of course, we have grim news, 90,000 deaths or more, according to the latest official tally. This is a vicious virus, but we also have a lot of good news in terms of the numbers that are continuing to go down. The new infections, the new hospitalizations, the additional deaths. The states are ready to open, even in New York. But let's talk about New York for just a moment. Over the weekend, Barack Obama, the former president of the United States, the 44th president, saw fit to attack the Trump administration in a videotaped message he delivered for some kind of online commencement ceremony. I don't know why he'd want to do that, but it's unlikely that President Obama would attack a fellow Democrat like Governor Cuomo. And yet, one of the great tragedies of New York was the New York governor's mandate that nursing homes accept patients and residents sick with coronavirus, people who tested positive for COVID-19. That was a mandate. That was a mandate. Now, as we know, New York State has not only had more coronavirus cases than anywhere else in the country, but the highest number of known long-term care deaths, at least 3,500 related to the virus. And a number of nursing homes were forced to accept COVID-19 patients. Many people have used the analogy, it was spreading like wildfire. And we keep seeing over and over how vulnerable our elder patients in nursing homes have been. When's the last time you saw anyone in the mainstream media criticize Governor Cuomo? Some have described his order, his mandate, as turning these nursing homes into houses of horrors. I want you to hear what Andrew Cuomo said about nursing home deaths. Now understand, this was his mandate. New York State ordered nursing homes to accept COVID-19 patients. I want you to hear what Governor Cuomo said about the deaths of elderly people in nursing homes.
Well, how do we get justice for those families who had 139 deaths? What is justice? Who can we prosecute? Nobody was deprived of a bed or medical coverage in any way. And still people died. Still people died. Older people, vulnerable people are going to die from this virus.
Older people, vulnerable people are going to die. You know, when anybody else said that, the media flipped out and said, are these deaths acceptable? Are they okay with you? Why would you say that? Why would you make elderly people, why would you write them off? Older people are going to die. The governor said they are going to die. We lost 139 people in the hospitals. Who's accountable? How do we get justice? We worked it out. Still people died. Older people, vulnerable people are going to die from this virus. That is going to happen, despite whatever you do. Again, I can't emphasize this enough. Where are the curious, critical journalists of the New York governor who just told the world, well, you know, older people are going to die from coronavirus? That's a fact that's not going to change. Older people are more vulnerable despite all of our progress. I mean, this clip is amazing. We only played a little snippet of it. I want you to hear the whole thing. We're gonna play the whole thing for you, because I'll read it to you. I'm gonna read the clip. We don't have the full audio for some reason, so let me read Cuomo's full answer for the benefit of anybody who's doubting what I'm saying. Here's Governor Cuomo in his press conference when he was asked about his decision to expose nursing home patients to coronavirus by ordering nursing homes in New York State with a mandate back in March to accept COVID-19 patients. Here's what he said. The comment is this, and I have those conversations all day long with people who've lost people, right? We lost 139 people yesterday in hospitals. Who is accountable for those 139 deaths? How do we get justice for those families who had 139 deaths? What is justice? What can we prosecute? Who can we prosecute for those deaths? He said. Nobody. Nobody. Mother Nature? God? Where did this virus come from? People are going to die by this virus. That is the truth. Best hospital system on the globe, I believe we have. Best doctors, best nurses who have responded like heroes. Every medication, ventilators, the health system wants for nothing. We worked it out so we always had available beds. And no one was deprived of a medical bed or coverage in any way. And still people died. Still people died. Older people, vulnerable people are going to die from this virus. That is going to happen despite whatever you do, because with all of our progress as a society, we can't keep everyone alive, he said, despite everything you do. And older people are more vulnerable. And that is a fact, and that is not going to change. Why do people die, he said again. Who is accountable? Then there was a question that was, part of it was inaudible. Mandates currently in place that we've all been talking about were in place from the get-go. They feel their loved ones might still be here. I mean, a reporter is managing to say to Cuomo, their loved one might still be alive if you hadn't ordered COVID-19 positive patients into nursing homes in the middle of this thing. Cuomo said, I don't, quote, look, people rationalize death in different ways. I don't think there's any logical rationale to say they would be alive today. Holy smokes. Again, I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on the radio. It seems to me that if you're ordering nursing homes to accept COVID-19 infected patients, you're going to have a big problem in nursing homes. And I don't think it's a stretch to say that a whole lot of elderly people might be alive today. A whole lot of moms, dads, husbands, wives, brothers, sisters, loved ones would be alive today. How would anybody dispute that? Now, at the very least, does a media even bother to criticize this guy? Do you see any editorials denouncing Governor Cuomo in the New York Times or the Washington Post? Do you see big features on CNN taking him to task? How interesting. Old people die. It's going to happen, says the New York governor. 1-800-655-MIKE is our number. Do you see the difference here? I started my day today talking with a dear friend about the sides we have to take. And we shouldn't politicize any of this. I've said it all along. I hate the way things have been politicized. But you can choose a side. You can pick the side of gloom, doom, Armageddon. We're never going to ever get out of this. Or you could choose the side of optimism, enthusiasm, love of country, and inspiration. What side are you on? What side are you on? I know one guy who exhibits that kind of optimism. He currently lives at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Maybe that's why he's got the highest approval rating in the Gallup poll that he's ever had. Maybe that's why he's higher than Obama and Bush were at the same stage of their presidencies, with his 49% approval rating. Maybe Americans are starting to pay attention. We're in the ReliefFactor.com studios. Maybe our eyes are being opened to what's really going on. I don't know, maybe people are taking the red pill. I had to find out what that was over the weekend. I'll tell you about that too coming up. 1-800-655-MIKE.